Hey everyone, it's me, Ari Dossett, called Rashid. I'm your anthropologist and sociologist. Please hit the like button, share this video, subscribe to the channel, become a member of the channel, check my novels on Amazon, and donate the links below. Thank you very much. It's night at the moment, and that's why it's so quiet, so I'll keep my voice a bit low. I slept earlier during the day in the afternoon, so that's why I don't have any sleep right now. And after eating an extra meal, I thought, you know what, let me just walk outside a little bit. Good for the body. And I can record a video at the same time. So here I am. I hope that, well, this is a bit dark. Anyway, I'll be in some more street lights soon. I just want to ask you guys a question. Can you go to a bakery and expect your laundry to be done? No. You have to go to a laundry service. Now, if you know the baker on a personal level and you want him to do your laundry for now, but that's something not related to the bakery. But you can't go to a bakery and with your dirty laundry and expect to find a wash machine to do your laundry over there because it's not a laundry service. Okay. Can you go to an Italian restaurant and order some high quality 5-star Chinese dish? No. Hell no, of course not. So what you want and what you expect ought to be in harmony with reality. Okay, can you go to a beach resort in the state of Montana in the United States? Well, there are no shorelines over there. It's a landlocked state, so those beach resorts you're looking for don't exist. Imagine you have tourists from, I don't know, Asia or Africa or Latin America, and they say, want to go to the beach resorts of Montana. Any U.S. citizen who grew up in the United States would think, what? Beach resorts in Montana? You do know, when you look at the map, Montana has no beaches, right? It's landlocked, it's not at any shores. Well, anyway, let's say you have these tourists who insist on going to the beach resorts in Montana, and you try to explain to them there are no beach resorts in Montana, they don't exist. And they go to Montana, and then they're grievously disappointed. But the issue is, if they would have looked on a map of the United States of America, before traveling to the United States of America, they would realize that Montana is a landlocked state. There can't be any beach resorts over there. But you can do have beach resorts in California, Florida, and on states at the shores, at the oceans. But anyway, you get what I'm saying. What you want and expect are, first, it has to be realistic. Secondly, can you account for it? And thirdly, is it even worth it? The question above that believers can ask, that covers all of this, is it in harmony with the will of the Heavenly Father? The whole idea that you can think, feel, and will, and expect whatever you want, quote unquote free will, is insanity. If your will, which includes what you expect, is not in harmony with reality, you are in error. Now, if you won't admit you're in error, we have a problem. You're either mentally ill, or you're just wasteful and dangerous. Something is off. Now, what if you have an individual who's like this? They will what they will, with no regard to, they don't even regard the Heavenly Father. It's all about them having their escape. They will what they will. They don't consider, not even their own well-being, let alone the well-being of others, neither or not whether it's practical, realistic, or even worthwhile. They just will what they will. And if you don't give in to their restrictions, to what they want, they'll look for someone else who will do it for them. An individual like that, anyone who sees them for what they are realize, okay, sorry, I can't deal with this individual. This individual is out of their mind, and likely they are wasteful and dangerous. Likely they will lose it when they can't escape, so I'm not doing that. But here's the thing, you need to see them for what they are. What if you have an individual like this, but you refuse to admit what they are? Why? Because it's one of your parents, or it's a sibling of yours, or it's your spouse or ex-partner, or one of your grown children, or one of your grown grandchildren, or someone with a high rank in society, or someone you look up to at school, whatever. What I'm saying is, if someone is wasteful and dangerous like this, willing what they will, passionately willing what they will, if they're passionate about their negative will, because if your human will is not in harmony with the will of Heavenly Father, so it's not practical, nor realistic, nor worthwhile, nor even beneficial for you nor others, then your will is negative. Simple as that. And you need to repent. You need to give it up. And if you have difficulty giving up, then you need professional help then. Simple as that. But what if someone is passionate about their negative will? They're passionately denying their negativity. That means they're also going to be passionate about taking out on someone else when an unrest builds up. It's just a matter of time. So if someone is like that, you have to admit what you're dealing with. But what if you simply do not want to accept what you're dealing with? What if that's the case? In that case, hello?
Can I maybe spreek in Nederlands?
Hold on. All right. If you don't admit what someone is, then you are not able to acknowledge your responsibility and obligation, what to do about it. My apologies, someone just interrupted me, so I talked to them. They want to use my phone to call someone, but I have no data at the moment, so I couldn't help them. They don't seem in danger, whatever. God will help the individual, but anyway. You have to admit what someone is, and then acknowledge that you need to act accordingly. And why am I recording this video? It's quite simple. Because I've noticed a lot of believers, I'm not talking about everyone in the world right now, I want to talk about believers now. A lot of believers do not admit what people are. Because they're so hooked up to who someone is. Listen, there's nothing wrong with admiring people. There's nothing wrong with highly esteeming someone. Not wrong with all of that. As far as you remember, they're a human being just like you. And if they are not fully doing the will of Heavenly Father, that means they're in relief seeking, they're in darkness, and they can be used by evil spirits. Simple as that. Too often we're so hooked up to who someone is. We're so hooked up to being respectful in daily life that we don't see what someone is. I mean, if you remain honorable to someone that is dishonorable, your cause is pills for swine. You are now elevating a fool to a position you never be in, because you elevate them now to get leverage over you that they'll misuse at your expense. And because you're damaged now, in the long run, without you being aware of it, you'll damage others too. Or because you elevate them, you give others a wrong impression of what this individual is. So others can trust them too, with you as a reference, and now the individual who's not trustworthy will end up taking advantage of those people. And guess what? Those people also have the responsibility to check what they were dealing with, and that's true. But who promoted this untrustworthy individual? You did. Listen, we have to stop this toxic denial. Sometimes on this channel, I often mention how practical and realistic wizards are. Not because I support wizardry, hell no, absolutely not. Not because I'm a fan of wizards, hell no, absolutely not. What I'm pointing out is wizards, the lowest of the lowest human beings, wizards, even they have a sense of reality and practicality. Let me explain. If you, let's say you start your own business, okay? And your business, you started it, and you have around maybe 2-3 years. So you have the business for a while. It's not like you just started like less than a year ago. You had the business for a while already. You're diligently working on your business to make it work. You quit your job for it and all that. So you're serious about it. But then one day you meet an investor. An investor was willing to give you a check to say, hey, here's $2-3 million, man. I support your idea. I'm with you. But then the investor, before the investor hands you the check, because you're about to give the check, but then suddenly you felt uncomfortable. And he asks you, how many of your friends and family invest in your business? And you ask him, what do you mean invest? How many of them contributed to both the founding and the function of the business? And you tell them, well, I only have a cousin one time who gave me $1,000 for the business and he helped me on social media. That's it. So the investor asks you, okay, are you still closely involved with your friends and family? Yeah, of course, my friends and family. Then the investor thinks, listen, I was about to invest $3 million into you, but I cannot do that if you're still closely involved with those traders. You ask the investor, traders, what are you talking about? And the investor tells you, listen, when you go to a bank to get a business loan or business credit, they say the first line of credit is friends and family. That's the first place you go to get finances for your business, friends and family in your social network. When that doesn't work out, now you can go to a bank. You have a good idea. And then you find others who are willing to invest equity or private investment into your idea or whatever. But it starts with friends and family. If the people you're closely involved with aren't even willing to participate in what you're doing, why the heck are you still closely involved with them? I mean, if you go with one of your siblings to a bank, the bank's going to tell them, listen, the first line of credit are friends and family. They will ask your sibling, are you willing to invest? If you're not willing to invest, the bank will ask them, why not willing to invest in one of your own people? You do go out there buying all luxury brands and all this other stuff. So you can contribute to the cash flow of so many other folks. Why not to the cash flow of one of your own relatives who's making it right now? You see where I'm going with this. So that investor actually will save in your life. Because the investor knows if he invests $3 million in you and you blow up in your breakthrough, and you keep all these people close to you that never actually make effort for your business and your breakthrough, that is because they don't want you to break through. They didn't want you to break through. They don't want you to increase financial leverage. They don't want you to be economically relevant. They don't want you to be a relevant individual people have to listen to. Because once you increase financially in the world, you gain leverage in which people have no choice but to consider you. So the fact that your friends and family did not participate with you contributing to your breakthrough means that they don't want you to be more important and more relevant in their life than you are right now. That's what goes on. That means they're opposed to your breakthrough. So if your breakthrough happens anyway, eventually strange going to ask, okay, how much your friends and family contribute? And they're going to look bad. They're going to look horrible. And they have to live with this. So because they don't want to look bad, but they also don't want to repent from their low self-worth, because if they actually value themselves, they would also value you and help you out. Because if they help you out, you help them out, everyone will be better off. But the fact that they didn't even care much about themselves, that's why they allowed society to keep exploiting them while you were doing your part to want to break through. So guess what? When you break through anyway, despite their non-compliance or despite they're not being interested, the fact they were not interested in your breakthrough, nor that they comply with your breakthrough, is going to look bad and it's going to haunt them. And when it's haunting them, the only way out of it is for you to be gone. So you are going to have some of these same people looking for ways to set you up. As a matter of fact, sometimes when you're about to break through, some people ask updates on what goes on. Now, some people ask updates because they simply are genuinely interested in what goes on, see where they can help. But some people, they only ask for updates because they want to know how far you are with your leverage, so they know how they can stop it Because if they would just leave you alone and you would break through without them to look back on them, and because they don't want to participate in you breaking through because they don't even feel themselves that well, that's why they're upset with you moving on without them. Now, in the example I gave on to you, the investor was right. If I invest in you right now, I'll be helping those traders to set you up. I'll be endangering you. Now, in this case, the individual with his or her own business, they did not admit what he or she was dealing with. He or she needed the friends and family to be supportive and to be coaching and all of that. And that's how it should be. But that's not how it is. And because that's not how it is, the individual has to admit it's not how it is. So you need to connect with other people who can replace them. Simple as that. Simple as that. But you know, a lot of people aren't willing to admit the obvious. They're not. They keep making excuses for other people. They keep lying to themselves, gaslighting themselves. They keep looking for scapegoats, other people to blame with nothing to do with it. Listen, a wizard is like this. And again, I'm not supporting wizards, hell no. It's just quite embarrassing that wizards, the lowest of lows of human beings, are more realistic than many believers out there. When a wizard sees that you are contributing to quality, to the community, the wizard knows someone like you will get back up from that father at some point. The wizard also knows, okay, so all the people that see you developing quality and they do not endorse nor support that while you are in development, that means they neglected both themselves and you and the whole community. Because the community needs quality. So if quality in development, you participate with development. That's what you do. Because what are all these other people doing? So the wizard sees clearly, oh, okay, so this young woman over here or this young man over here are developing quality, which will eventually benefit everyone else. So why aren't you guys investing? Why aren't you guys participating? Why aren't you guys being inspired and developing too? Oh, so you guys are just narcissistic. You guys want all the ease and relief. You guys want all the benefits but none of the obligations. You guys are the first ones to open your mouth and run your mouth, complain when things go wrong. But when it's your time to actually participate for the better quality, you're nowhere to be found. So the wizard knows immediately, okay, you guys are questionable. I need to stay away from you guys. That's how a wizard is. Now, wizards totally surrender themselves to Satan. They don't fail themselves. They are in a permanent pity party going to Lake of Fire. So we don't endorse wizards, no. It's just that wizards are so realistic when it comes to dealing with other people. As a matter of fact, there are people out there who go to wizards for guidance. Please don't do that, please. Hell no, don't do that. Even wizards will be thinking, why are you coming to us? But then the wizards understand, oh, we're the ones you come to because a lot of the people in your life, or a lot of people in what you call society, are not of quality. They're not onto quality and improvement and solutions. So that's why you go to the best chef available, and that's us. Poor you. That's how wizards think. And you know what? They're correct about that. A lot of these celebrities who submitted to all these wizards for their careers, all of that, they should have never even be around these wizards. These wizards should never even have any, I would say, leverage over them. Why did the wizards get away having so much leverage? Because the public's not righteous. The public is not realistic. Look, this video is a bit longer than I expected. So I just wanted maybe 10 minutes, almost 20 minutes. Now listen very well. You cannot change what someone is. You cannot change what someone is. If someone's of good quality and you The only thing you can do is harm them or sabotage them to some extent. But because they're of quality, they'll get up back on their feet. If something is wasteful, no matter how much you coach them, show love or whatever, you can't turn them into someone productive and constructive. You can't change what someone is. You can only change how you relate to them, so that if they are questionable, they don't drag you in their self-destruction. That's the only thing you can do. So, you need to admit what someone is and acknowledge how to deal with them. Simple as that. Let me give another example before I close this video. Imagine now, there's a wildfire going on. Well, this has nothing to do with the situation in Los Angeles right now, but okay, I'm going to give an example of a wildfire. Okay, let's say it's a wildfire going on, and whole neighborhoods have been burned to ashes. And then you find out that, hold on a minute, what about the firefighter? How come the firefighter is going to quench this fire? And then you find out that the water reservoirs that firefighters were reliant on have been empty for months. But then you also realize, hold on a minute, but we're paying extra taxes over here, and the taxes are meant to finance all these water reservoirs just in case there's a wildfire. So we're paying all these taxes. And if we don't pay the tax on time, my God, the tax authorities are after us, make life hard on us. So we pay all these taxes. And now a wildfire is there. And the fire departments are under-equipped. Okay, what happened to all the cash that we've been paying in taxes? What happened to all of it? And how come nobody in the government figured out what's going on? What you have to admit now is that you're dealing with a bunch of thieves and robbers. Simple as that. You're being robbed. And the theft has been going on for a while. And now that an actual situation occurred, a lot of people die unnecessarily. If the people in that country don't go on the streets in full revolt against it, if they don't, maybe not everyone goes on the street to protest, but if they don't consistently every day take action against their quote-unquote leaders, that means that the population there is a joke. Because how come you guys work your 9 to 5s, you pay your taxes, which includes tax that have to go to things like the firefighters, and now you find out that despite paying all the taxes on time, all of you together, the firefighters were under-equipped. They can't stop the wildfire. Water reservoirs were empty for months. That means that the people that run your country or state or province, whatever it is, they really look down on you. They really have contempt for you. So they have to go. They have to be replaced by better people. But what if people are only complaining about it, but nobody actually take action to stop, to kick people out of office and to replace them with better? Or what if you have people willing to replace them, offering themselves up, but they don't get any endorsement from the locals around them? If all these things happen, then the people there are a joke, and they consent to being abused, taken advantage of. That's what any wizard will tell you. These people are in on being abused and neglected. If you talk and use cuss words, use profanity, oh my God, you say no profanity, don't cuss, don't swear, they would go off at you. Okay. Profanity doesn't even exist. It's just something our ancestors made up just to control how people talk. Because fallen mankind has this lack of self-worth problem, and they compensate this through violence by controlling other people, including how people speak. So the whole thing of profanity is a hoax. It's not even real. There's no such thing as a cuss word or a curse word. But if you use what they consider profanity or foul language, oh my God, they go off at you. Or you should show respect, who raised you, blah, blah, blah. Hold on a minute. You have grown folks with leverage over them, having contempt for them, neglecting them, endangering them, and they just complain about it like victims and don't do anything about it. But if you use profanity or you don't give in to their restrictions, they explode on you, willing to harm you or make life hard on you, fire you from your job, blacklisting you, scapegoating you, whatever. Wait, so towards you, They are very brave and very courageous to escalate on you when you give in the restrictions. But towards those satanic low life were ruling over them and exploit them and have contempt for them, they're still around, unbothered. Look, again, any wizards will tell you, why are you still arguing with these people? Don't you see that they're low lives themselves? If they don't care enough about their own well-being to come together to stop this madness and kick out these horrible reprobates who are ruling them, that means that they don't give a damn about you either. And the fact that they now insist, the fact they feel entitled to put restrictions on you, which they call boundaries, if you don't give in to those restrictions, they want to do something to you, that shows the type of cowards they are. They don't want to deal with actual life, take responsibility and accountability to do something and participate in a solution. They don't want to do that. Oh, that's too much for them. But it's not too much for them to look for a victim to explode on when they are uncomfortable. It's time for believers to stop making excuses. Seriously, admit what you're dealing with and also acknowledge that you have to change how you relate to these people. Now, if someone is just mentally ill or if someone is just a bit slow-minded, listen, they're not evil, they're not bad, they just need help, they just need guidance, they just need intervention. Then give them space to recover so they can have intervention, okay? Or refer them to someone who can actually help them out. But if people are actually wasteful, please, why are you still in denial? Your denial is making things worse. Your denial is facilitating the evil and harm they're doing. You need to stop and obey, and you need to turn to the Father and obey His word. Well, that's it for now. I'm going back inside. Keep on agreeing with Christ. Be at peace, and I'll see you in my next live stream. Shalom.